The video today is erectile dysfunction. Yes, I have discovered this by accident. Now, many scientists and doctors, they knew, yes, they knew, but they could not prove it. They knew that EMF or electromagnetic field is affecting erectile dysfunction somehow, but they could not prove it. And I'll show you a picture right here, and you can search it for yourself. They found a link in this video to prove that those scientists and doctors, the one that knew but could not prove it, that they were 100% correct, because these will prove it for them. Yes, my invention will prove not only it is you or the rest of the world being affected by electromagnetic field, but also too, you can test this by yourself and you will see how your body behaves. And yes, the bracelets or the necklace, what's holding my hand, will prove that electromagnetic field is hurting us all. And this video here will prove that EMF is affecting erectile dysfunction. And yes, this is proof that 100% linked. Like I stated, these things, my Wonder Bracelet and my Wonder Necklace, will prove that electromagnetic fields or low form, furthermore, low form and decay electromagnetic field or radiation is what contributing to erectile dysfunction. And this will prove 100%. And yes, I am the inventor, and I'm very proud of it, that I have made many medical discoveries through these, and there will be more in the future. I promised. Now, how did I find this out, or how did I discover this? Well, a little personal story. I haven't seen my wee-wee. Remember, I can't say certain things. I can't see my wee-wee getting a hard-on for a long time. Since I was about maybe 14? Depend on the sensitivity. Remember this, and remember me, and remember this video, and remember how my discovery is. Your hard-on, if you're male or female, doesn't matter, your hard-on will tell you your sensitivity to electromagnetic field sensitivity. Remember, there's no such thing, but I'm going to say it because that's how they coined it. Okay? So mine is about 13 to 14 years old. I haven't seen my wee-wee getting a hard-on. So that tells me I am about maybe, if you haven't seen it at 12, then you are extra sensitive. I'm at 14. So that means I'm sensitive. And then less if you're like 18 or 20 even. That means you are non-sensitive or lightly sensitive, etc., etc. So age and your hard-on can actually tell what is your EMF sensitive are or is. Yep, believe it or not. Now, how I did it. Oh, wait. Before I actually go on and tell you how I did it, can you imagine this actually affects animal too? My dog. I made a dog collar. I forced him to wear it. He wore it about 3 days in a row to get his energy back because he's getting old. Oh my God. Oh my God. I saw his wee-wee, and he's 11 years old. Okay, here's a clip of it. Okay. You can see it. And because he's wearing this bracelet, you can actually see it. Okay. That's the evidence of it. What the bracelet does. Okay, here's a close-up. Okay. This is for medical purposes. See how hard it is? Yep. Okay, I'll put it really close. That's what he does. And he's old. Alright, Benny, thank you. I was like, huh? I haven't seen that thing for a long time. For him, I believe the 5th year's in. So, as soon, 5th years, he would be about 35. At about 35, I haven't seen it anymore. So, I thought, he's getting older. He's 35, he's getting older, which is 5 years of our lives. Because he's 7 years. Remember, a dog is 7 versus 1. 7 to 1, or you can say that. So I see his wee-wee again. I was like, huh? You 11 years old, your balls is chopped off. How in the world that, huh? So that's when I knew that the bracelet, yes, the bracelet that I made for him actually does it too. And I will show you how to make the double coil. Here's a picture of the double coil. And yes, it will help you. Although, I cannot help you with figuring out if you are you lost your wee-wee, wee-wee, at 14. Like, how you wake up in the morning and you don't have a hard-on anymore after 14 years old, after 16 years old, after 18 years old, or after 20 years old. Yes, by that, I would say starting at 12. So 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Those are the prime years. And you will able to know how sensitive you are by just those years. Yep. This video is going to blow your mind. Going to blow a lot of people's mind. And guess what? It's going to help billions. And I state it very firmly. It's going to help billions of people if they find this video. But like I stated, YouTube is suppressing a lot of my videos. They have no idea what I have discovered. But here's the thing. Funny about faith. It will find its way. No matter what you do to me, YouTube, it will find a way. It will find its way. More like it. Now, let's get back to here. So, I found out how my dog have a heart on. I said, huh? Huh? How in the world? That's when I knew that what was all these, remember, all these happened almost 4 years ago now. Remember, I invented this thing for almost 4 years now. I would say about October, so maybe next month around there. It'll be 4 years. And it was the funniest thing. So that's how I found the link. I found the link to erectile dysfunction, also to iodine. Remember this. When iodine is involved, iodide or iodine, people who are exposed to nuclear waste or nuclear disaster, blah, 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 they always make you swallow iodine pills because it's actually changed inside your body. It's actually iodine helps it somehow, although I know a little bit of it through chemical change, but I've not fully understood that yet. And I said yet. So they knew. So iodine contribute to that as well, because it helps it to remove it or neutralize it. And that's how I made a discovery as well on iodine. Yes, iodine or iodide will help you with erectile dysfunction. Here's another one that tells you that you may be iodine deficiency. So, and yes, I did that to my dog too. There's a video on that too. I'll link it right up here. So, that's how I discovered what happened to my dog. And at the same time, when during experimenting, I happened to have my wee-wee back again. I said, huh? And that's when I have put it all together. And that's why there's videos in here. Or many of my videos people haven't even heard of. And they think it's all a hoax. No, it is not a hoax. Imagine someone's making a video. Very long. Okay, some even over an hour. Stating a lot of things that doctors, scientists, the best physicists in the world cannot and still not able to figure it out. But someone is able to figure it out and talked about it. Can you imagine? If you read some of the comments there, you will see the attacks on it. But they have no idea. But anyway, let's get back to here. How I did it and how I found out. And this is important to you, so that way you can find out for yourself. Remember, you have to know if you're at 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Around there, okay? Remember me, I am at 14. Now, I'm a lot older. I got my wee-wee back again. Just by using this. And yes, it is EMF. It is 100% linked with erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction, it is caused by electromagnetic field and decay or low form. Remember that. When I sleep, I put the small version on. This is very small. This is less than 30. I believe it's like 25 coils. I put it on here on my right, and I put this around my neck. 6 hours later when I wake up with a heart on. Yup. So for you have to find out what your EMF sensitive are or is, or whatever you call it. And you would have to find out. So that way, when you wake up and you got a heart on, now you know your level and your stages. And then you know that you neutralize it enough that you're able to get your heart on. Okay? Yes, as easy as that. But here's the thing. Someone didn't discover it. I did. That's all. And I'm sharing it to the world. And I hope billions of people going to find these, because they're going to have a better sex life. Right? Now, before I go, I'm going to introduce you to my prettier version. A lot of people like pretty stuff. This is my prettier version, which I will make that later. You can see there's regular coil, and then you can see it tapered in, so when you put it on, it looks prettier. So people can wear them outside and stuff. Okay? You can see how it's tapered. So that's my prettier version. Same thing with the necklace. Okay? And yes, I will teach you how to make these later on in a different video. And yes, it's very easy. You just need simple tools again. Remember, sorry, I just knocked the camera there. You still need your coil, like a big screwdriver or a marker. And then this is a nail puncher. Like, you know how when you punch things, or you can actually punch this for holes or whatever. It's just a tapered puncher. And it's tapered. And during your last section, you just use this to taper it in so it looks like that. See it? So if you look really close, you see how it looks? It's tapered. And that's all. How many windings? In case you don't want to watch those, I did 20 here, 10 here, and 10 here. So it's an equivalent to about 30 coils or 35 coils. Remember, I always said 25, 30, or 35 coils. Don't go further than that, okay? Because it's taking too much out of your body. Okay? So that's all you have to do. You just need this extra, and that's it. And then you'll be able to make those. Everything else is the same. The DIYs video is right up here. I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to make a new DIY video for these. And then I'm going to post it up here too. Okay? So that way you can make the prettier version. There's another version which I got back to is here. Because remember, you don't want to touch the coil. Let the coil escape. That's the whole point to this. Is we want it to escape. This is too close. So I made something like this. I'll show you how to make this later. And that's what it looks like. Very simple, easy, and it hugs around, and it looks pretty. See? So for the people who likes pretty stuff, although you know me by now, I don't care. I like these. Me, I love these. It looks kind of distinctive. People might ask a conversation, right? People might ask what it is. People might get curious why there's a coil. But for the people who wants to look at pretty, you know me, I don't care. But the people who want to look at pretty, They can make those. And I will make that video later, comparing this to that. These are a lot easier, but this is a little bit more, probably a little bit more complicated, but as you can see, it can be done. And it does look a little prettier. But for me, as you can tell, I don't care. To be honest, I don't care what people say, really. I live my life for me right before I go. Personal. I live my life for me. And then I be good to the people who are good to me. And sometimes I be good for the people who don't or won't. Because I rise above them. As you can see, some actually attack me all the time. But little they know, little tiny clues. There's a lot of videos to cover. But they have no clue. But funny thing is, their English is less than a third grader. But they come and attack me. Can you imagine? See example. Ha ha. So, things like that. Although, you know me, I don't care. But that's how low people are. And that's how the low of understanding of people is. Is, I say, not are. Anyway. So now you know how to cure your erectile dysfunction. Yes, erectile and EMF, it is 100% linked. And yes, these two will prove that. For my case, that's what I need. Okay? And 6 hours. Sleeping 6 hours. And with this right here. And I wake up with a raging heart on. And yes, I discovered this about 3 years ago. A little bit over 3 years ago. Although the bracelet was made almost 4 years ago. It took me a while to discover that one. And I've been saying a lot of stuff in a lot of videos. I gave a lot of hint too. But anyway, so now, this is the first video in the world to tie in EMF sensitivity to erectile dysfunction. And one more time before I go. It is 100% linked. And with these, scientists, doctors around the world, now able to put in the link. They knew, like I said, they knew. They just didn't know how to prove it. With what's in my hand, they are now able to prove that EMF or electromagnetic field, low form, and decay. Remember this, it is low form and decay what is hurting us all, and it is contributing to erectile dysfunction. Other than that, that's about it on this video. I will see you in the next video.